Good morning, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be giving you a glimpse into a day in my life learning Spanish through comprehensible input. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, maybe draw some inspiration or motivation for your own language learning journey. Buenos dias. I like to start getting input in right away, even if it's just a little or I'm not going to finish. I like to just get a few minutes under my belt at least. Listen to something usually a little bit slow. Today I'm going to listen to a sermon by Danilo. I'll put it on the screen. In today's video, you will see me watching native Spanish content, but I want to assure you it wasn't always this way. I started learning Spanish a little less than a year ago using super beginner videos on YouTube. I had no idea what they were saying or what was going on, and little by little, I started watching progressively harder content for learners. If you want to know more, I have tracked everything on my YouTube channel, sharing what resources I've used and more. La verdad se ve muy feo, pero huele tan delicioso. This message was so good. It was such a beautiful take on the Book of Ruth. I highly recommend you listen to it if this is your thing. Probably get to the end of this video and think she's getting so much input in one day. And you are not wrong. Once I started seeing results with this method, I basically went all in. I made Spanish a priority. I worked my way up to doing 5 hours of input a day and have managed that for a few months now. I will say it is a lot. I've seen amazing results in such a short amount of time, so I definitely think it was worth it. I plan on making a few adjustments to better fit my schedule in the new year. I'll talk about this in a future video. I talk a lot on my channel about habit stacking and how that's really helped me stay consistent with my Spanish learning goals, so you'll definitely see a little bit of that sprinkled throughout today's video.
Bienvenidos al curso El Arte del Éxito. Espíritu Santo me ha estado hablando demasiado.
I wish I could tell you that every day looked this cute and put together. That is not the case. I do work full time, so a lot of times it looks like pushing play on the first thing I can find, literally taking advantage of every single moment. Little off topic, and maybe everyone in the world already knows this, but I recently figured out that you can connect your Bluetooth headphones to your smart TV. I don't know how I went years without knowing that, but it has been such a game changer, especially for my Spanish input, because I like to have more control over the sound that I'm hearing, not worry about bothering my neighbors, and also I don't have to be glued to the couch to be watching the TV. I can kind of be up and around and still be hearing it perfectly. It's now time to make an appetizer for a Christmas party I'm going to tonight. I'm not going to listen to any input, but I decided to put on some Christmas music that happens to be in Spanish. I just have to share this with you guys. I just got a grocery delivery. Usually I just let them leave it by the front and then I'll go get it once they leave. But today, the guy messaged me when he arrived in Spanish. I've never run out of my door so fast to meet him while he's still here so that I could speak in Spanish with him. And we totally did. He's from Cuba. I never go to the door, ever, ever, ever. But the moment I was like, oh my gosh, he speaks Spanish, I literally ran out the door so fast.
Una meta, que es un sueño, que es un compromiso, ¿cómo los defines? Mira.
It's definitely one of my top 3 channels for personal development content. If you are into that kind of stuff, I will leave my favorites down in the description box. Estoy lista para mi cena navideña. Vamos a poner esto. Tengo sueño, la verdad, pero ¿Todo bien? Estoy emocionada de ver cómo sale mi pancitos. Claro que sí. Voy a mostrarles más tarde. ¡Feliz Navidad a todos ustedes! Gracias por estar aquí conmigo. ¡Vámonos! Voy a escuchar este episodio de Margarita Pasos. Se llama Evita el drama navideño. Tips para convivir en paz con la familia. La verdad es chistoso, pero vámonos y nos vemos pronto.
Que escoger tus batallas.
Exacto.
I just think it's funny that I'm on my way to a Christmas party with family and YouTube recommended me an episode about avoiding holiday drama with the family. Por cierto, mi amorcito está conmigo. Si viste mi video sobre mí, ¿sabes qué es esto? Aquí está la prueba. Y hay más, no soy mentirosa.
Everyone was over like 20 inches, 25 inches.
Por favor, vean esto. ¡Qué lindo! Kind of have to be in the right mood before listening to these kinds of things, or else it just sounds a little bit cringe or too deep. But honestly, I like it, especially when I'm listening to so much content throughout the day. It's nice to kind of switch up the type of content I'm listening to. If you watch my ADHD video, you know all about this snack bowl. I think we really need to talk about scripted native shows. Relationship with this is so crazy. I was well into watching native YouTube content before I ever even tried to watch scripted shows on Netflix, but I was humbled so quick. I couldn't even believe how much more difficult it was in the beginning. Now I'm finding that if I start a show and I'm 5 episodes in, then I don't need to rely on the side script like I talked about in my last video, and I can just watch it without any help. But then if I switch to another show, I feel way more comfortable with help until I get used to the characters and how they talk. It's super weird. And don't even get me started on dub shows. Like, what do you guys think of dub shows? I just can't really get used to it. But on the other hand, I have absolutely loved being able to add this into my routine and feeling like I'm still working towards my Spanish learning goals while relaxing. And that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for spending the day with me. Let me know if you guys like this style of video. I would definitely love to make more for you. Bye!